Hey guys, today we're talking to Jacob Shoemaker and Loverboy. Let's go say hi. Jacob, thank you so much for joining us today. 5 drinks through midnight, 5 questions, 5 drinks.
So excited, thanks for having me.
Thank you. What are we drinking first?
We're gonna start off nice and heavy and go with the trifecta.
Okay. What's the trifecta?
My good friend Russell Dillon, who works at Basic, many moon ago, just drinking all the things that we love to drink and decided to have it all in one round.
Okay.
So it is a shot of tequila.
Okay.
And then you slam a daiquiri, and Russell Dillon is famous for putting a little bit of Angostura in his daiquiri.
Okay.
Makes it just a little bit more special.
All right.
And then you sip on a glass of rosé.
All right, so shot, daiquiri, rosé.
Yep.
All right, well, let's do this.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, that's a way to lead up to our first question. First question, how does a fella from Edgewater, Colorado end up bartending at Loverboy and Mother's Road?
In a nutshell, so my first service job was at the Olive Garden in Lakewood, Colorado. OG, because when you're near your family, unless you're disowned by your family, just joking. My family didn't do that. It was really interesting. The Olive Garden is like a really interesting place to work for. It is a chain, so all those chains are, similar. But I had some really interesting stories, and it was a great first service industry gig.
All right.
And then I finally decided to move to New York when I was 21. I started working at Rock Float Center Cafe. That was my first New York gig. I had to lie on my resume. So I did that for 2 years. Really interesting union gig. Got fired by a horrible person, which was a blessing in disguise. And then my best friend Holly Wall, who was working at Mother's at the time, she was dating this guy named Mark Drew, who knows everybody, knows everywhere to work, and he got me a gig working at Parm, the original Parm on Mulberry Street. I worked there for the first 4 years. And then I got sent home for insubordination for listening to music that was not approved by one of the owners, but this was before we even opened, so it made no difference.
Okay.
So when I got sent home, I walked over to Mother's because it's only 2 blocks away. James Metz, my dear friend and boss and owner of one of the owners of these 2 fine establishments. I asked him if I could work here, and he said, "When can you start?" And the rest is history.
Excellent. Well, that's like the greatest fucking origin story ever. Cheers.
It's been a good one.
On to drink 2.
Drink number 2. So this is a riff on an old fashioned with a little something extra. It's called "Oh, That Is Lovely," but specifically you need to say it with a thick Scotch accent.
Okay.
Oh, that is lovely.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So it's a split between a peated and an unpeated Scotch. A little bit of St. Elizabeth Allspice Dram, cinnamon simple bitters, and then a cherry and orange to garnish.
Excellent. Yeah. Did you make the cocktail? Is it yours?
Yes, I came up with this one winter, maybe 2 or 3 winters ago. It was around Christmas time. I wanted to put something up on the board that was a little bit more festive, fun, warm.
Yeah, excellent. Well, fuck yeah. Cheers to that.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
What is it?
That's nice.
No, it's
no, that is lovely. I'm terrible at Irish and Scottish accents. It's terrible, but yes. Oh, that is lovely.
Yeah, it's something nice. I love Scotch, and working at Highlands, I never really knew anything about Scotch except like a small, minute bit. And that's where I really learned to appreciate whiskey in general, but specifically Scotch. I've been to Scotland a couple different times. I love the country, love the people, and can't wait to go back.
Awesome. All right, so question 2.
Yes.
So, Loverboy and Mother's lives by a rule of free pour or die.
Mm-hmm.
Free pour or die has to mean more than just being anti-jigger. What does it mean to you?
I'm still so blessed to have been picked up by TJ, Richard, and James because this is the best gig I've ever had, wherever I've lived. The best people I've ever worked with, the most fun that I ever have while working, and the fact that it is free pouring. There is a science behind it, there is an art behind it, but it is a little bit more laissez-faire, just like you're just fucking going with it. So I'd say like within that mantra, just like the mentality of like going into work, free pour or die. It's a little bit more of a like kind of badass, like we're here to do it. We're gonna make you a great cocktail. We're not gonna fuck up. Let's have fun.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd say that's my answer.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Can I tell you the story behind this drink real
Please.
quick? So this is a little bit more on the NC-17 side.
Ooh, baby.
While I was in Glasgow one time, I was feeling a little randy. So I hopped on the Scruff, which for anybody that doesn't know, it's the same thing as Grinder, but it specifically is for like men with facial hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So,
maybe on the hairy side.
You were looking for a scruff in Scotland.
I was looking for a little fun in Scotland. And this guy who came up, he happened to be very close to me, proximity-wise. He just happened to fit the bill, and I said, yeah, let's do it. But I did not pay attention to the lack of him showing his height on his profile or a couple other things. So I get to his door and I open it up, and I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'2", but I literally went like this. And he comes up to here on me, this like stout, bald, bearded, toothless, not totally toothless, but like he's missing a couple teeth. He says, "Wow, loud." That wasn't even a Scottish accent, but it's got this like deep, gruff voice. And I was like, well, yeah, let's go for it. Without going too far into detail, we get to his bedroom, and while on the bed, he starts shouting, "Oh, that is lovely." And that's not exactly something I would want to hear while having relations. And I was like, "Excuse me?" And he said it again, and I said, "I think we're done."
All right.
But then he drove me home. It was sweet.
The Scots are always bully.
That they are. That they are.
All right. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
That's a great story and a great fucking cocktail.
Thank you. Okay, so
On to drink 3.
drink number 3 is
Halfway
called the Mother's Cure.
All right.
This is one of our brunch drinks that we do over at Mother's. This is equal parts lemon, ginger, Lillet Rouge, and I use Mount Gay rum instead of blackstrap rum, which is generally what we use over at Mother's. But yeah, and then a little bit of muddled mint. Nice and refreshing.
Cheers.
To me, it tastes like lemon Yoplait.
It does, actually. It's really good.
I have a very interesting palate.
Very, very good. All right.
Thank you.
So that leads us to question 3.
Yes.
So on the Mother's website,
Mm-hmm.
you guys do have a website. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
But the last sentence on the website is, expect shit to get weird. What's the weirdest shift you've worked at either Loverboy or Mother's?
Okay, interesting and weird shift. I don't know if this is actually a proper answer, but it's just one of the first things that comes to mind. Myself and my good friend Christy, who is now like one of the directors here between the bars, we were bartending a St. Patrick's Day Saturday, I want to say, 2 years ago, during the day, and we didn't have a bouncer, so we didn't have people IDing, and like we didn't know who was ID'd, so we had to keep asking for IDs. And this one young lady who was not here for any bullshit. She just refused to show her ID, and it just was at the point where like we're 10 deep at the bar. People are screaming at us. Tensions are high. And I'm just like, listen, I need to see your ID. After the course of like her yelling at me, snapping in my face, and just like berating me verbally, I finally took her drinks and I threw them in the sink and said, okay, you have to go. You have to go. But I didn't expect what happened next to happen. About 30 minutes later, the cops showed up. And they asked me specifically to go outside. And I'm thinking like, like there was like an undercover sting, or like we forgot to ID somebody, or who knows. So I go out, I was like, officers, what can I do for you? And they said, well, we were notified by this woman who said a bearded bartender, and obviously it was me, it wasn't Christy.
Shit.
Sexually assaulted this woman. And in my mind, I knew exactly who they were talking about, because that was the only girl that I had to deal with that was really above and beyond rude. Instantly, I wanted to be like, but I'm gay! But again, that's not a good reason. That's not something that you can just say and like be like, oh yeah, of course. So it's like, well, you know what? Hey, whatever you need from me. I know I didn't do anything like that. We have security cameras, we have witnesses, whatever you need. And they're like, okay, no doubt, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day, people are crazy, but if she does choose to press charges, we have to arrest you. Like, by all means. I would love to see that happen. She did not press charges.
Of course, because she probably sobered up and realized.
Yeah, because then she would go to jail for false
Prior police report.
Yeah.
Something like that. Whatever.
False witnessing.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that was like an interesting shift, because that just like, we didn't slow down. It was still St. Patrick's Day.
It's still
People
coming.
were still like hitting us hard, so I had to run back in there, finish the shift, and it was a lot, but you know what? It's something to tell the grandkids later.
All right. On to drink 4.
Drink 4. I can't say that there is an exact name for this. We did have this once on the board at Mother's at one point, like 2 or 3 years ago. But because Mother's, we do bespoke cocktails on the regular. There's plenty of people that come in asking for something, and there's no judgment with this, but
Sure.
That's something that's very vague. Like, I want gin and not too sweet. I want vodka, not too sweet. I want this, not too sweet. And, you know, sweet can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Are you going to Applebee's? Are you going to Red Lobster for a lobsterita?
Right.
Are you going, you know, somewhere else that actually does know how to balance drinks? So sweet can mean a lot of different things, but generally when I get that, this is a drink that I make, and almost all the time people love it. So this specifically is gin, Aperol, cinnamon, and lemon with a little bit of seltzer. So it's light, refreshing. You can do the same thing with bourbon, scotch. I've done this with tequila before. Vodka is a little, you could do it with vodka, but I think gin is the sweet spot for this one. It's nice, refreshing. You can drink it year round because of the cinnamon, so it's warm in the winter and the holidays. Or you can drink it in the summer and still just have a nice little day drinking session.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. So, question 4. We know from your Instagram that you are a world traveler.
Yeah.
What is your one guilty pleasure to drink while you're on vacation?
Oh, that's rough. Because it depends on where I am.
Okay.
I like to drink regionally. Tequila, mezcal, and gin are probably my top spirits just to begin with. I was just in Mexico for our dear friend Aisha Main's wedding, which was beautiful and stunning. So I was drinking plenty of mezcal and tequila.
Excellent.
But when I travel, I like to drink the as the locals do. I would much rather like get that experience and drink authentically, I guess.
Gotcha.
Than just something that I like, because I like to take myself outside of the box in my own comfort zone.
Right. On to our fifth drink. What are we drinking?
So this is a drink that one day I was working brunch with my dear friend Anna Wingfield, who was the star of Mother's Ruin for a very long time, and then she decided to move out to LA. She now works at the employees only there at another bar. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head, but in one of the most badass bartenders I've ever met. She keeps her cool, she's super sweet, she's insanely talented, educated in bar culture and cocktails, and I love her to death. This is a split between mezcal and tequila, a little bit of dry vermouth, orange bitters, and Saint Germain with some muddled cucumbers. So it's a mezcal tequila martini.
Excellent.
It's delicious. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. All right. Oh wow. Really get the cucumber. Yeah. All right. So fifth question is our flip of a coin question.
Yeah.
Based off of our Whiskey Wednesday coins. So here we have our 6 Whiskey Wednesday coins. You can go ahead and pick whatever one you want.
Well, because I like black.
We're
gonna go with black.
Well, it's all yours. You can flip it, you can spin it, you can do whatever you want. Fuck yeah, fuck no.
And it's a fuck yeah! Of course, fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah, of course. Well, cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers!
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Cheers to Loverboy. Cheers to mothers. Cheers to everybody.
Good health and wealth.